Good morning, everyone. I am just clipping my microphone on. Okay, hello, welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. We're going to do what I hope is going to be a quicker live today. And we're going to be making a super cute little gift card holder. Nice and simple, basic, at least it is to look at it, but we'll see when we start cutting it, right? Simple gift card holder using the August 2020 paper pumpkin kit. So I'm so excited to have you here today. If you've been watching my lives, you know that I've been streaming to two platforms at one time, meaning I've been streaming to Facebook and to YouTube, trying it out. I've decided not to do that today. Today, we're just going to do a Facebook Live, and I think I'm just going to keep it on Facebook. So we'll see. I may share it on the other channel, but if you do happen to pop in while I am live, I would love to hear from you. Are you a Paper Pumpkin subscriber? Do you have the August 2020 Paper Pumpkin kit? Here is the flyer for it, just to show you. Just the cutest kit this month. It's called World's Greatest. These are the Paper Pumpkin designed cards. Now, I just released a YouTube video yesterday showing some really fun alternate projects. I'll show you a couple of those quickly. But yeah, I've had so much fun with this kit. I wish, well, I might get to do more than one video, but I'm not sure. So here is a mini paper pumpkin box. This is the star of the show. This is the one that we recreate in the YouTube video I just released yesterday. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, go check it out. There's actually more samples than just this one. There are several different boxes, different themes, but we stuck close to the paper pumpkin theme with this particular box. So today we're going to make a gift card holder that will actually go with my other box. Okay, so I made two of these. I made one yesterday for the YouTube video. So we'll have a little gift card to go ahead and put right into our little mini paper pumpkin box, or if you need it, you know, for another reason, you will have it. So let's go through what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using Pacific Point ink. This is the Stampin' Spot that came with the paper pumpkin kit. We're going to be using a paper pumpkin card base. How much do you love this pattern? I love this pattern. The coordinating color on this is Bumblebee. So Pacific Point and Bumblebee. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way because we'll be focusing on this score line. Okay, we're going to be using, this is also from the paper pumpkin kit, where we can make a little prize ribbon with these. So we'll just pull these pieces now as we need them. If you want to extend the life of this kit, once you run out of these, if you have the Banners Pick-a-Punch, you can make these in a flash. And as you guys know, I've been working with the Banners Pick-a-Punch, so I'm definitely in that mindset. I'm definitely in that mode. Okay. And the other thing that we're going to be using is the stamp set. Let me just put it on here for a second so that you can see it. We're going to be using the stamp set specifically. We're going to be using the You're the Best stamp today. Now, You could also do number 1, world's greatest, and then they have a way that you can finish the sentiment with teacher, kid, friend, coach. This calls for a celebration. Such a useful stamp set and an unusual stamp set. This is not, something that you would order in what you would consider like, a typical set. This is what I would call a good worker set because you'll use this over and over and over again. Okay, and then we're going to use the sentiments from the paper pumpkin kit as well. So we're going to go with the circle that fits inside this super cute little ribbon, just like this. Okay. Just going to set these off to the side for a moment. Okay. I have my cutting mat if I need it. So I'm going to show you with the darker side just so that you can see. I had received a gift card and I thought the holder was just really nice and basic. Now, the first thing I want to say about this is probably put more work into figuring out the size of this gift card holder than if I just would have looked up a template online. So if you want to look up a gift holder template, go for it. This is just like, it was a really simple little holder. And I thought, I bet I could do that with a paper pumpkin card. So that's what we're going to do. Now you can see that the measurements aren't 100% precise, but it's so narrow on both sides that I don't think that that little extra bit is going to matter when we fold in the flaps, because when you fold in the flaps and close it like this, you're not going to see them anyway. Okay. So it's totally up to you. If you want to be precise about it, you can. But basically, this is 6 7/8 in length. And then it is with the flaps, it is 5 9/16. Okay, so that's from end to end here. So what we're going to do with the paper pumpkin card is we have a couple of score lines on this, and I want to match up the score line so that I don't have to redo this score line. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can get a little more light here. Point down. Hopefully that's not going to mess too much with the lighting. Okay. So what we want to do is match our score line here. So what we're going to end up doing is trimming off the top part right here. And let me tell you what that is. Okay, so it looks like we're at 1 3/4 of an inch that we're going to take off of the top. So let's do that first. So I'm just going to go to the 1 3/4 inch mark right here. Okay. This gift card holder is sloped. If you have a die that you want to use or a stencil to give you a fancier edge, by all means, go for it. I'm just going to keep mine straight. We're just going to keep it simple. Okay, so we now have this cut. Okay, so now you can see it's at a much closer size. I'm not going to trim down any on either side. So like I said, we're just keeping this nice and simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next part of this, which is creating the flaps. Okay, so the flap itself is 9/16 of an inch. because this one's just the teeniest bit wider, okay, it's going to be just slightly bigger than that. But like I said, we're just going to have that little extra bit on the end. So I'm actually still going to measure it to that point, which is just after the 1/2 inch mark. Okay. So I'm going to find that mark right here on this side, line it up. I'm going to close this. Now we're going to cut to a certain point. So what we need to do is cut down to the 3 3/4 inch mark to get this in the length size. So we're focusing on this ruler. There's a ruler right on this side of your trimmer as well. So we're going to be using this ruler and this ruler, going to the 3/4 inch mark and cutting. So the way that you know that you hit it is because there is a line right on your cutting tool that will line up with that mark. And you can eyeball it too, just to be sure. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to start cutting. I'm going to slow down as I get to the 3 inch mark. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this here, but this notch right in here, we're going to match up with that 3/4 inch. So I'm just at the 1/2 inch mark now, going a little bit further. Okay, and I should hit it now. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper snips, my scissors, and I'm just going to hand cut it at an angle. You can see these are like kind of cut down to an angle. So I'm going to cut it at an angle. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we are going to finish this out on the bottom, but I'll show you a way that I'm using a guide on the bottom as well. So for now, let's go ahead and get to that mark. Once again, going for the 9/16 mark. Just lining it up here. Closing it. Again, I'm focusing on the 3 3/4 inch mark down here. My notch getting close to this point here. Same thing, I'm gonna cut at an angle. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is actually score this line down here. So get my ruler. I believe that this is 1.5 inches. Yes. So we're going to go sideways and we're going to score at 1.5 inches. And that's going to give us that lower flap. I'm going to get my cutting tool out of the way so that I don't cut it by accident. This lighter one is our scoring tool. So I'm just scoring at the 1.5 inch mark. And now we're going to repeat cutting that 9/16 out. Okay. And then we're going to cut to, I believe it's the 1.5 inch mark. So 9/16 by 1.5. All right. I'm looking for 1.5, which is right here. And you can also follow your score line. Just went a hair over, but that's okay. You're not going to see the little tabs anyway. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut this at an angle. Now I'm going to score. You see how we have these score lines for each of the tabs? I'm just going to score right here as well. I'm going to get my blade out of the way so that I don't accidentally cut my flap. Okay. And then we're just going to score this. And now I'm going to go to the other side and let's find that 9/16 mark just after the 1/2 inch mark. I'm going to bring my blade back. All right, and again, we're going for the 1.5 inch mark. So we want our notch to match up. Okay. Having that score line there really, really helps. So I would definitely recommend if you're going to make a couple of these to have that. And now we're just cutting at an angle. Okay. I'm going to cut a little bit more. All right, that's perfect. And we're going to add in a score line over here too. So let me just get my cutting blade out of the way. I'm going to score our tab. All right, so now let's see if this comes together okay. We're also going to need to cut our band. So I'll get that out in just a moment. I'll pull out a piece of the Bumblebee cardstock. You could use whichever colors you want. I like the coordinating colors. If you have the cardstock on hand, use it. If you don't, if you only have the white, look at how the white goes with it. So most people have Whisper White or white cardstock. So that will be perfect with it as well. But again, just whatever you think is the best. So here's our gift card holder side by side. Pretty close, right? Pretty simple. All right, so now I'm going to score it in. Now, there are a couple of slight differences. Okay, so our tabs are just a little bit bigger. There's a slope up here. Mine is flat. And then also they have a cut in so that when you close it, this flap tucks into that. And you can certainly do that if you want to. I decided to go with the band option so that I could make it a little bit cuter. Okay, I really wanted to add this little banner theme. I wanted to tie it into, an alternate way that you could use your paper pumpkin kit. So this is what we're going to go with today, but you don't have to do a band option. If you have those little stickies, the little, what are they called? Oh my goodness. I actually own them where you can close it. Some people will use mini magnets, and I can't think of the word. That's going to drive me crazy. Yeah, it's going to drive me crazy, but I don't want to linger on it. So as soon as I think of what it is, I will tell you. But there are different ways that you could use to do a closure on your card. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this to the tabs. Okay, I'm going to use tear and tape because it's a nice strong tape and I like it. If you don't have extra tape around, or if you want to use the adhesive from your kit, you can, but I would recommend a stronger adhesive for something like this, which is why I'm using the tear and tape, or use your Stamp and Seal Plus. Use something that's going to hold so that it doesn't come apart. The mini glue dots are really nice for the smaller embellishments and things, but I don't know how well it would hold this in place. You could also use your, multi-purpose glue. Just hold it down for a moment. So if you keep the adhesive right on the top of the tabs, you shouldn't have it stuck anywhere else. And now we have a nice little pocket for a gift card holder. Okay. If you would want to stamp something right in here, you know, we need a reason to celebrate, or here's a reason to celebrate, whatever that sentiment was, you could do that. I like it. Reminds me of like a little mini wallet. I just think that that's so cute. Okay, so let's cut our band. So we're going to cut our band pretty much at the same length as the gift card, and that's just because it's easy to do. You can actually cut it slightly shorter if you want to, but I always like to have a little extra room on my band. So the width of it is going to be 1 inch. So we're just going to line up to the 1 inch mark. And now I'm going to cut it to 6 and I think it was 7/8. Let me double check myself. Yeah, 6 and 7/8. All right, now you can pre-score this, okay? Or you can just wrap the band around. And to be completely 100% honest with you, I almost always just wrap the band around, but that can create, you know, a little bit of, it's not as smooth than if you would pre-score the line. So it's entirely up to you. Let's see what it measures. So the band measures 2 3/4. Okay. So you could score at that line if you want to. What I tend to do is just line it up till it's looking even, and then fold, and then fold on the other side. I want these to match up. Okay. And then we have our holder. So I just need to adhere it. I'll score it and smooth out those lines. This is just, if you have your scoring tool available, this is just my topper for my paper snips, but I use it as a scoring tool sometimes. Okay, so let me just wrap the band around, slide it on. I'm going to take a little more tear and tape and adhere this. Going to do a little bit more. A little extra never hurts. Okay. All right, and so now we're just going to decorate the band. Okay, so almost done. Now, one thing that I did want to say, just to catch you up on a couple of updates, I'm not going to get super complicated because I want to keep this live to about 30 minutes if I can manage it. But what I did want to tell you, I just closed my audio. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So let me just grab my down here and get this out. We're going to assemble this really quick. So just one quick little stamp today. Oh, you know what? So photopolymer, I like to have the little foam cushion. I don't know. I should have my foam mat around here somewhere, but let's try to stamp without it just because I don't have it right in front of me. Oh, here it is. Here it is. The foam mat will give you a little extra cushion. So I mentioned this before. Photopolymers don't come with the cushioning. So it's nice to stamp with a little extra cushion, and I just use the little foam mat for my Stamparatus. Our cling stamps do already have the padding, so you don't need foam with those. But I just think you get a cleaner stamp when you do that. So we're just going to take our Pacific Point. You can use your full-size ink pads too, of course. And in terms of the updates, like I was saying, we have our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It is now available to order. So if you are in the market for a new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I will be doing a presentation on it, but I've used it several times. I absolutely love it, and I will tell you why I love it. When I do the presentation, but I just have to say, I mean, it glides. It's so smooth. It cuts in one pass. It is wonderful. I also happen to love the color gray. So I love that there's actually gray on the machine. That's just for me personally. I love to have craft tools that coordinate. So if you are anything like me, you are absolutely going to love this machine. The number one best thing about the machine, in my personal opinion, is how easy the instructions are. They have the plates numbered. They have the instructions right on the plate, and it's a gift. I mean, I absolutely love it. So I think I have 3 embossing and die cutting machines in my house right now. And that's not including the new one. If you are comfortable commenting, let me know. Do you have more than one embossing and die cutting machine? I would love to know. Just curious. I think that as crafters and knowing the tools, we always want to try something new. I had a machine that was never quite calibrated right before I got this one. And I never reordered it. I never complained. I just kept it. I just added an extra shim in with mine. And I'm telling you, when I used this and it was just so easy, I really questioned myself as to why I didn't, get a different machine sooner. I also have an electronic cutting machine, but it sounds like an airplane taking off in my house. And I cannot always have noise because, as you know, I craft very early and I craft very late, usually when my son is asleep. And that means that my machine has to be quiet. And this machine is quiet. It's wonderful. So I highly recommend it. I'll put more information up on Facebook about it. I'll be doing a video about it. So stay tuned for that. Now I'm just going to add in my banners. I'm just kind of crossing them over each other. And then I'm going to stick this down. I don't want the banners to be too long because I want it to stay, within my little gift card holder here. And let me do that. Now, the other thing that we have going on this month, Stampin' Up! Is offering a promotion called Get and Go. If you are interested in getting the starter kit, if you've been thinking about it, you still get $125 worth of product for $99, which is the best possible deal that we have. But in addition to that, with this promotion, you're actually going to get, I'm just going to line this up here. You're going to get 2 additional free stamp sets. I'll post more information about this as well, but you are going to get 2 additional free stamp sets. You're also going to get pre-cut paper packs, and I think you get 8 of them in 2 different colors, Granny Apple Green and Coastal Cabana. So what that means is everything's pre-cut for you to already make a card. So they're basically providing pre-cut cardstock. In addition to the 2 free stamp sets, you're also going to get a free pack of embellishments, the rhinestones. in addition to the $125 worth of product for $99. That is an amazing deal. I haven't added up the math as to exactly how much of a value that is, but it's huge. And on top of that, you also get free shipping. So the reason that I want to mention that to you guys is because if you're interested in signing up, if you're interested in getting the discount, I would absolutely love to have you as part of my team. If you have any questions about that, do not hesitate to ask me. I'm going to be talking a lot about it this month. But for now, we'll just leave it at that. This is for the month of September only. And I hope that you really enjoyed this project. So here it is in the blue. Here it is in the mint macaron. Okay, just to give you a different idea. And then if you're going to put it in a little gift box, I have some chocolates here. Okay. So just depending on the little care package that you would be making for somebody, this is not sponsored. I just love Pink House chocolates. It's a local chocolate place right near my house. Everything that they do, it's absolutely delicious. It's affordable. It's sweet. And then I'm just going to put some of those right in here. Okay. You just fill it up. And then you could put your gift card in, you could put your little note card in, whatever it is that you're going to use to go inside your box. And then close it up. Okay. So I really hope that you enjoyed this project today. I thought this is one of the easier ones to do. It's cute. It's simple. I can't get this close. It's cute. It's simple. It's just so sweet. It's the thought that counts, you guys. And then when you make something like this, it's just, and whether it's as simple as this, okay, or if you're getting a little bit fancier and you're going to make a project like this or a 2-part project like this, so amazing. So here's what I want to know. I'm going to just post a comment up here after the live. If you get a chance to answer the question, I would love it. So do you have this month's paper pumpkin kit? Okay. Now, the other question that I would love to know is, are you interested in the September kit? Okay, September is going to be an awesome month for Paper Pumpkin. If you haven't already signed up yet, let me know. I did not make the original Paper Pumpkin cards this month, but I can if you're interested. So just let me know if you are. I could always hop on and do a live where I actually assemble the cards together. I'm working on a Paper Pumpkin group, you guys, and all of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers will have access to it. And I'll be posting projects and everything like that in the group. So literally the only thing that you need to do to be part of the Paper Pumpkin group is to have a Paper Pumpkin subscription. And whether you just want to do one kit, you could always cancel or suspend afterwards. September is going to be 20 treat boxes with a fall and Halloween theme. It's going to be amazing. Let me know. I will include a link so that you can subscribe or you can sign up for the Paper Pumpkin kit if you are interested. All right. Thank you so much and have a great day, everybody.